Oh, look, my hopeless grandson. oh, Aegon. My hopeless grandson has betrayed me and secretly gotten married to a lady in waiting. She's 32. Oh, what a dork. Okay, so we desperately need to find somebody for Estine to marry. And I honestly, like, outside of the standard, finding a courtier, that kind of thing, I don't know. Lady Ravella is 2 years old. I don't want to dip into that. She seems a little on the young side. There is another Whitewood child who is 6. Sarah is currently betrothed to Christopher Whitesteel. So I think if we maybe arrange this betrothal between her and Estine, it says unlikely to have children. That's what I don't understand. Maybe I need to look up character info and just see if there's something wrong with Estine that I don't know about. Because maybe we need to, like, send him to the Citadel or something. I don't know. Maybe we should propose a foreign tour for him. Let me use character info really quick and see. What's his fertility is 0. Why is his fertility 0? And how do people know that? Maybe if we send him on a foreign tour, he'll come back like lustful or something. I'm gonna turn off character info, and I guess we'll send him on a foreign tour. I mean, he's not technically our heir. Your grandson Estine seems excited at your proposal and has agreed to undertake a foreign tour in the name of House Bear. He will travel for a number of months using your coin in a charter ship that will depart from Bear Hall in the coming days. So, good. Oh, I can urge him to find a suitable spouse. I don't know that I want that. I don't want him to, because I can have him marry a courtier. That's not that big of a deal. Maybe he'll just come back lustful, and that'll give him that little bit of fertility boost that he needs to find a good spouse here. I think, anyways, that may be worth doing. In the meantime, though, we're going to hold a melee here in Bear Hall. The Bear Hall melee of 6576. You've decided to hold a melee in the Northern tradition, or the First Man tradition, with warriors from all over the woods assembling to take part. No doubt many of their numbers will be sorely maimed before the day is done. It will be quite the battle. So we'll watch the melee take place here in Bear Hall. We'll see who the greatest warrior in the woods is, and I think that's an important thing to kind of commemorate what we have going on. The border bleed that we've had just under the reign of not only King Aegon, but like Aegon established the Empire of the Woods, which was originally just like this area and a little bit down into here. And those are the borders that I really liked, but we've kind of gotten to the point where we've bled into the Vale, the Westerlands, and the Stormlands. And like I said, I have plans story-wise that will kind of that will make all of this make sense, sort of, but it'll make everything come together. The storylines will, but right now the woods has kind of grown past what we thought it would, and so to kind of commemorate the joining together of all the kingdoms, we're gonna hold a melee, and we're gonna see who the best warrior in the woods is. I think that's an important thing to distinguish. If you have all of these citizens. Oh, look, my hopeless grandson. oh, Aegon. My hopeless grandson has betrayed me and secretly gotten married to a lady in waiting. She's 32. Oh, what a dork. Are you kidding me? Of all the dumb things Estine could have done, it's that. Not only is he not going to have kids, but now he's married to that lady. God. One way to ensure that you don't have children. High King Aegon, after listening to the advice of a group of my bannermen, led by Lord Bryn of Storm Drum of Summerfield, I hereby decree that the succession to the shall be determined by primogeniture. Cleos of Warfield shall henceforth be my heir. I wonder what it was before. So Cleos is possessed and in a matrilineal betrothal to Lady Sarah of Cape Wrath. He does have one son that is of normal birth. So his heir will be this guy, Prince Bennett, who is attractive. Although in Andal, is there anything? Do you have Lacey of the Rose Road? That is interesting. I have to admit that is fairly interesting. I wonder what it was before. We wonder if it was just seniority. I don't know. I wasn't a part of it. We didn't have the Stormlands for whatever it was before, and I didn't really pay attention. Because typically you don't have to look at that kind of thing. Typically you want primogeniture laws. The warriors of the woods who have put their names forward for the melee have arrived in Bear Hall. A great feast shall be held, and then all shall enter the fighting fields upon the morrow to begin the battle. Let the fight begin. So having a great feast. As you arrive at court, you see Edmund fix you with a steely gaze. At first you think nothing of it, but soon you hear talk. Oh, you hear the talk of the court. Everyone knows that Elise is pregnant, and worse, everyone knows that you're the father. She's confessed to the entire affair. Well, I apologize. I don't really know. We were lovers before you even married, so I could say that treacherous whore, or I suppose she had no choice. I mean, you can bear as many bastards as you want. It's one of the benefits of being a lover of the king. Okay, so we actually have the ability to imprison this guy. He wants to kill Estienne of Greencliff, who is my maester. Let's see if he'll just end the plot. The early stages of the melee were chaotic and frenzied, and has left fields trampled and villages torn half down. Many have been forced to leave the battle either by injury or defeat, and the final warriors are left to fight to be champion. I will watch each fight intently. Lord Gawain Farman and Colmar of Tarbeck Hall sat at each other and engaged in combat. After a fierce duel, Lord Gawain prevailed, forcing Colmar to yield. So Gawain, who has a dual skill estimate of 8, so in spite of his old age, he's brave and ruthless, forced Colmar, who has a dual skill estimate of 4.34, yep, but is shrewd. So there's that, of Tarbeck Hall to yield. Well fought. Riona Breyer, wow. Riona, who is brawny, dual skill estimate of 10, holy crap. So this girl defeated Ronald, who's a brilliant commander. Can you imagine being in that situation? Ronald Brooke. Raymond prevailed over Ned of Arcliffe, who is a eunuch and a craven. Good for him, I suppose. So look, this guy converted from the old gods to the faith of the Seven, and is a knight now. Well fought. So that guy from earlier, Lord Gawain, who has a dual skill estimate of 8, lost to Simon Upcliffe, who also has a dual skill estimate of 8. So it's the skilled fighter, ruthless combination right there. Owen Fontaine defeated Lord Cosgrove, Coldwater. So both of these guys are brawny, but this guy's obviously the better fighter. 7.17 and 6. So Anson Rain against Ambrose Blackwood. Lord Maynard defeated Samwell. I'm just seeing if there's anybody with like an astounding dual skill estimate. Arwen Hatcher against Garce of Shoreham. So Garce has a dual skill estimate of 11.17 because he's huge, a skilled fighter, and a brilliant commander. Good for him. He's also brave and ambitious. Will you come to my court? No. I'm not able to press his claims. Oh, he has a weak claim on the castle of Redshore. That's interesting. Oh, because he's of Shoreham. Huh. Well fought. Lord Arwen. Dual skill estimate of 8, so that's not bad. Duelist adds that little twist to it, having brave in combination with skilled fighter, so good for him. Xavier Bear. Look at this. The man of House Bear against Lord Orland. Oh wow. That's kind of a easy duel there. You kind of picked the weak one out of the group. Dual skill estimate of 0.83. Wow. Corlos Mudd. Dual skill estimate of 6 against Thorin, who has a dual skill estimate of 2. So the gonorrhea kind of got to him there. Good lord. Looks like he's married to a... Does that not look Valyrian to you? The purple eyes? That's what caught my attention. Look at that. How did they get that? Of House Crab. Oh, SOC Valyrian right here. Look, former slave. SOC Valyrian whose faith of the 7. So that's cool. And look, they all have Valyrian traits. Well, good for them. We need to see if we have a daughter at some point to kind of marry in there. I'm gonna make them a special character so I can keep an eye on them. But yeah, that'll be a good one to know about. Lord of the Whispers. So just like you would expect the crabs to be, you know, Valyrian. So Zachary Shell defeated Zachary of Rosby. Really? And Gilbert of Rushmore defeated Zachary of Rosby. So that's the first upset we've seen. That's always interesting. William of Fairgates defeated Lord Dickon. So that's another upset. Miles of Pottingfield defeated Raymond of Durham's Point. So that's not really an upset. That was kind of an evenly matched thing. Ooh, yeah, Lord Paramount Lionel. 13.17 up against Creighton Rain. 7.17. That would have been a good fight. Formidable fighter. Check that out. 2 formidable fighters engaging in combat right there. That's good job. Lord Redhorn proving his strength in battle right there. Commander Edric Weirwood, another heavyweight in the 17.51 is up against Lewis of Fontaine, up against a 9.17. That would have been another really good fight to see. That's like the Mountain against the Hound, you know. You have oh, definitely, that's exactly what this is. Other than the fact that Edric's not like the Mountain in every facet, but I mean, good on these guys. That would have been a heavyweight battle, for sure. You have Luke Brooke, 3.17 up against Lucian Wade, has a dual skill of 2. Riona Breyer continues to win, beats Garce of Shoreham, who's a giant. Look at that. That is an upset right there. This girl, I mean, it's not really an upset because her dual skill estimate's 10, but she's, I mean, by all intents and purposes, the baddest woman alive, up against Garce of Shoreham, who's a giant, a skilled fighter, and brave. That's fantastic. Those are the kind of duels you want to see. Lord Maynard defeated Raymond of Rook's Roost. Trying to remember who these guys are. So that wasn't that much of a good duel. Okay. Xavier moves on to the next round. He's a knight now. I don't know if I knew that or not. Dual skill estimate of 8 up against Ambrose Blackwood, who also has 8. So evenly matched. Xavier Bear comes out on top. Corlos Mudd defeats William of Fairgates. Luke Brooke lost to Luke Brooke lost to Gilbert of Rushmore. Lord Paramount Lionel prevails against Lord Owen of Faunton. Oh, we're getting closer. Edric naturally defeats Miles of Pottingfield. Look at this. Xavier Bear makes it on to the next round up against Simon Upcliffe. So another evenly matched battle won by Prince Xavier. Look, and our favorite, Lady Riona, has lost to Lord Maynard of Falwell. Oh well, and that was kind of an upset too. She had a better dual skill estimate, and she lost to him. Good for her though. I mean, think about how close she got there. Lord Paramount Lionel going up against Gilbert of Rushmore and defeats him. And then Edric Weirwood forcing Corlos Mudd to yield. All right, now we get into the good stuff. Maynard, who forced the baddest woman alive to yield, has also forced Xavier Bear to yield as well. So Xavier's out of the tourney, or out of the melee. And now we see, Edric Weirwood has defeated Lord Paramount. See, that's the final matchup that you wanted to see. You didn't want to see, that in the semis. You wanted to see that in the final. But Commander Edric of the Tower of Dread has prevailed against Lord Paramount Lionel. I'm sure it was a very good fight. Oh, man. That would have been a fun one to watch. So third place finish for Lord Paramount Lionel. Lord Lorien of Wind Hall uses attendance at the Feast of Bear Hall to present a petition for justice before the court. He claims that Elaine Yu had one of his kinsmen murdered and demands that she be brought to justice. Who is this girl? And why do I care? She'll be arrested. That's just the natural. She's a courtier. What do I care about her opinion? If she killed somebody, then obviously we're going to do it. So Lord Ronald Brooke is accusing Taryn Shell of making an attempt on his life. So Ronald Brooke, and then Lord Taryn the Terrible. Oh man, that is just unfortunate. A torturer and dishonorable. He is a Lord of Mon Hill. In the Westerlands, I presume. Yeah, of Case. So we have to decide here, because this is gonna determine some stuff. So we're gonna order him to pay recompense. I started talking to one of my guests at the feast and found them most interesting. So Stefan Snow, my master of coin, and I become friends. This is good. We can do this. The feast begins. As the feast begins, Lord Paramount Luke Whitewood presented a petition before the court. He says that a crime and banditry in Whitewood Glen is an increasing threat, and that the local sheriffs cannot contain the problem. He petitions that you send men and coin to eradicate the menace plaguing the area. Of course, absolutely. We can send Commander Edric to deal with the problem, which is what we'll do. Yeah. 69% chance Edric solves the problem. 31% chance Edric fails to reduce the crime. So there we go. After many hours of intense battle, only Commander Edric Weirwood and Lord Maynard of Falwell remain. Ooh, we're hoping Edric wins, right? They engaged in the final duel, which Commander Edric won after forcing Lord Maynard to yield. This leaves Commander Edric to be proclaimed the winner of the melee. A worthy winner, indeed, absolutely. Winner of the grand tournament. After having been insulted and been the butt of jokes for far too long, my patience with my court jester was beginning to run out. One last joke, and I don't know what I will do. That's it, off to prison with you, or I really shouldn't let it get on my nerves like this. Which is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. We'll take the hit. Oh, look, for the first time in a while, winter reaches Bear Hall. Commander Edric organized a group of men to tackle the bandits and rogues in Whitewood Glen. He successfully captured or killed many prominent criminals and publicly hanged them as an example to others. The problem has now been stamped out, and Lord Paramount Luke is satisfied. Good work. So the Thieves Guild that was in Whitewood Glen is now going to be removed, and everybody should be much happier. 2 of your courtiers at the feast have brought a dispute before you to settle. The inheritance of some small property in Bear Hall is unclear. Dorcas Laxley and Becca Seashade, both of my courtiers, claim it as theirs. So I can gain 50 gold and they don't like me, which is what I'm going to do because they're both my courtiers. What do I care? So we'll gain some gold back from having that feast. Elaine Yu is complaining about her dark cell in the dungeon. We'll be merciful and put her under house arrest. Here we go. After many hours of intense battle, the melee is finally over. The final group provided a fine spectacle for all those present. Doubtless songs will be made about the Great Bear Hall melee. So Xavier's finally having some kids. That's always good. We can usurp a title. High Lordship of... Oh, look, we can usurp the High Lordship, right? Of Crackclaw Point and then press the claim. Is that right? Oh, look, this guy's not a pirate lord anymore. Offer vassalization. Foreign culture, because he's a clawman. Yeah, we're gonna Dragon Conquest you, bud. They will honor their obligations. And he should just submit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so finally, we bring North Crackclaw into the fold. Ooh, check this out. As people flock to Bear Hall, so too do the clergy. In fact, so many have arrived that with a donation to get them started, Bear Hall could become a notable center of worship. Absolutely, we're going to do that. So we're going to spend a little bit of gold and get center of worship, giving the following effects: temple tax plus 12.5% and monthly piety. So we'll do that for sure. Oh look, Luke Whitewood's opinion of me is being increased. So that's always good. Up to 38. Did I know he had Shrewd? That's a good trait. Luke's actually turned out really well. Not gonna lie. Do we have a suitable male to marry in? We have Prince Alex, and naturally we're gonna do matrilineal just because Alex is way down in the line of succession, so we're not really worried about it. And we want to keep the line of Whitewood going, so we'll do that. And the age difference is not that significant. 3 years is not that bad. Okay, so that's good. We have all that taken care of. And why do we have burned land? Oh, from the dragon egg. That's right. Okay, so we can improve. We can add trebuchets instead of siege tunnels, and that gives us +1 fort level. So let's go ahead and do that. It's going to take a little bit because we still have the winter modifier. Does that increase the cost? It does. Okay, so we're going to wait then. We're going to wait till winter comes to an end. Officially. It's coming to an end. Ooh, look. Lord Paramount Gorgon of the Stormlands has provided me proof that Commander Clayson is viciously slandering me. So give me reason to arrest him. Absolutely. So, we can imprison him. We have a 66% chance. There we go. And now we can call him for trial. Was he on our council? Oh yes, he was. He was our justiciar. But our wife has a better diplomacy stat, so we will put her in charge of that. We shall be merciful, and we need to call him to trial. So we'll do that, and we will let Prince Valor interrogate him. So Commander Clayson begins to present his defense, but the court did not seem impressed. He cut a very unconvincing and nervous figure, and Valor stuttered, stammered, and incoherently rambled in front of the accused. Wow. His argument was so boring that many at court appeared to almost fall asleep. So he's innocent. The charge of sedition and conspiracy against the realm is not proven. So we will most likely get stressed and he's released from prison. I can gain arbitrary and tyranny. I'm not going to do that, so we'll release him, and it looks like we didn't get stressed, did we? We did not. Thank the old gods, we did not get stressed. Okay. I think we're all good. Vassal inheritance warning on those two, but that's okay. We'll deal with that when the time comes. Everything else looks fine. Okay, so let's continue. Let's see what else we can get into. Okay, winter is finally coming to an end, so that means we can begin the process of building in Bear Hall. In the meantime, we're actually going to send our Master of Coin to oversee construction to increase the build time, or decrease the build time, I guess is the proper way to say that. So that should help there. A son was born to Stefan Snow and Revelia, named Otho Seashade. So good for him. You shall have the duty focus, since you are a courtier. A son was born to Leslin and Rylene, named Arbert. No congenital traits yet. So the husband is attractive and the wife is quick, but no congenital traits in this generation. We'll give him the struggle focus. Lord Quinton of Gallows Grey died under suspicious circumstances, so that leaves Perienne of Salt Pan's Holdfast available to be married. She has green dreams and she's brawny. Very interesting. Is her father or mother have any congenital traits that I should know about? Doesn't look like it. Oh, that's my bannerman. So now Lady Cherie of Gallows Grey, who is club-footed, is now the one who rules there. Oh wow, our maester is now the Archmaester. Good for him, you know. We're gonna send for a new maester. We'll lose 23.3 gold, and the Citadel will send us a new maester. So good for that guy. I humbly ask that you intervene on my behalf against the aggression of Lady Jogi, who is invading my lands in obvious contravention to the peace of the realm. So I will order her to stand down. And we have a new maester, Maester Thorin. Oh, look, who is the same, has the same learning. Fantastic. He's also lustful. That's not as good, but I'm okay with it. So that's good. We'll have him serve the court, right? Yeah, that's what he's doing. Fantastic. Good for him. So they stand down. Is there another war going on? What is his war? Against Lady Perienne of the Dusklands. War against the tyranny. At 79% in favor of her, so I'm not worried about it. And that's the only other war that I can command to end. Okay. What else can go wrong, right? I believe one of your vassals can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions. Are there any conspiratorial factions? Independence for Pebbleton. Wow, the one guy. Why is a negative opinion of me? Is that the same dude? It is. So we can obligate him or ask nicely. Let's obligate him. You use legalism to gain leverage on your vassal. Thank you for reminding me of my duties and obligations as your vassal. You're right, of course. For the foreseeable future, you have my promise not to support factions conspiring against you. So very good. So that independence faction goes away. Not that it was ever going to be very strong to begin with. But that helps. Uh-oh. Looks like we got some favors going on over here. Let's check in on some of our vassals, some of our created vassals. It looks like Brendan is still not having much luck with having children, although his daughter looks to be in fairly good shape in terms of how she's turning out. I mean, those are pretty good stats for a 9-year-old for sure. Luke, we already know, we've checked in on, is actually married to Lady Perian in a normal marriage, so their children are likely going to merge the Kingdom of the Woods with the Kingdom of the Dusklands, in which case the Kingdom of the Woods would definitely become an honorary title for sure. It would go to our most powerful bannerman, that kind of thing. It wouldn't represent any land, I don't think. I don't know how to go about doing that, but I think that will eventually be where we end up. Lord Moose of Roosmont has your son John right here. Not betrothed to anybody yet. We can betroth him to one of our bastard daughters or one of these other fine young ladies. I don't think we'll do that right now. I think they'll find a good match for John. Ryger Roman is prolific in terms of his legacy. We are currently, House Bear is betrothed into the final son, so with no chance to inherit or anything like that, and in a regular betrothal to Lacey Bear, who is a very good character, by the way. 17 diplomacy, 15 stewardship, and 11 intrigue. It's pretty good. And plus, Beslin Roman has the quick trait, so that helps there. The oldest daughter is in a regular marriage to Sir John of Iron Oak Castle. Second daughter is also in a regular marriage to Argrave. And then the first son is in a regular marriage to Tysane Farman. The first son didn't turn out as well as you would expect, although he is in a diplomatic focus, and so his diplomacy is going to be just over the top if he can manage to have a really good education, which it looks like he will. It looks like he'll end up with a good education, so that'll be fine. Let's check in on Lionel Redhorn, our tourney third place. He's in fit condition, so that's always nice. Son Lord Oswell is in a regular betrothal to our granddaughter, Sorella Bear. And Edric Weirwood had another child, Hostine, who is sickly but has lived to be one, so that always helps. Then we have Emmon Weirwood, who is strong and altogether a fairly good character. So not as beastly as Edric is, but a good and worthy heir, to be sure. And then we have this guy. We need to see. Oh, look, we do have a granddaughter now, Neris Rivers, and they both have the Valyrian traits, so we can kind of continue on in that direction. So that'll be good. The age gap isn't exactly ideal. I can take him off of being a special interest character now. The age gap's not ideal, but it is what it is. There, we have to worry about something like that at some point, I think, but not in this particular case. And oh man, we're about to screw some stuff up. Lord Jaime of the Westerlands, the son of Lord Paramount John and Lady Paramount Arwen, is about to get usurped in the line. So If we legitimize Zachary, he's declared my legitimate child. Only a king can legitimize a bastard, so that's me. Zachary Rivers loses the trait bastard, gains legitimized bastard, and becomes a member of the Bear family. Her opinion of me actually goes up. My piety goes down, and Prince Valor, for whatever reason, has a opinion hit. It's not like it does anything in the line of succession for anybody. So Zachary Bear is no longer known as Rivers. I need to set my crown focus in Bear Hall again, apparently for some reason. And we need to look at the line of succession. Yep, Prince Zachary is currently the heir to the Kingdom of the Westerlands. And now we need to do everything we can to protect him. So we need to assign a guardian. And we're going to assign ourselves for the time being, yeah. There we go. And that'll get him out and in our custody. Yep. So now he's protected, so that there can't be any plot where they kind of plot to kill him or whatever, and I won't know anything about it. So that'll be good. That's exciting to know that we actually have that opportunity. And our plan to place a member of House Bear over here in the Westerlands is coming to fruition, by all accounts, is coming to fruition. And that at least gives us the opportunity to have that title, so that we can dish it out to someone else if we so choose in the future. It's all very interesting, if you ask me. It's all very, very, very interesting.